Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is my Hitman Assassination Challenges walkthrough. We're still in the final test, and this is the final installment of it as we finish up the challenges. And we're starting here by death by proxy. So this one is not immediately apparent of how this works, but it's actually really simple. You need to put the slides onto the projector to get the kernel to notify Jasper Knight to come and check it out. Then when he does that, you need to turn off the machine. When you turn off the power supply, it's going to make it so that Jasper puts his arm into the contraption and the kernel goes outside and flicks the switch and electrocutes him. Once that's done, your mission's over, you've done the challenge. And we're going to do that by taking a slightly different path here. I use this generator to distract him, and then I take his outfit, and then I go straight into this area and straight up the stairs. It's a little bit different to what we've been doing before, and it's nice to have a bit of diversity. I haven't really dabbled with the contracts in this game yet. I tried to do the one the developers set, and I kept getting disconnected, and it sucked because I found it really hard. I could not find a good way to get at either of the targets. I killed both of them, but both of the times the bodies got found, so I got an absolutely terrible score. And then I figured out an idea of throwing a wrench to try and lure them into that adjacent room, and I thought that that might be a pretty good idea and see how that worked, and then I kept getting kicked off and I couldn't try it. And then when I got back to the game and they patched it, the contract's different now, so I missed my opportunity, but that contract was harder than the level that you have to do. It really was, because one of them was a dude next to the Sheik's room, and he was really easy to get to once you understood how to get into the Sheik's room. But the other one, it was the two people that the lady speaks to outside the auction room on the top floor. And the problem with that is I think there's a script there where when she talks to them, they do something. But because the game sometimes has these instances where it repeats itself and it never proceeds, she never talked to them when I was waiting for her to do it to see what she'd do and see if they'd move. So they never moved, or they never did what they're meant to do if they do anything at all. So that's where I came up with the idea of throwing the spanner, and alas, I never got a chance to try it. But that was a tough contract to try and do it without being spotted and without having bodies found and everything, and not using disguises, even though you had to use a disguise for the kills because it was a requirement. But I did make a contract myself. It's a really easy one if you know how to isolate the person I picked, but if you don't, I imagine it can be quite tricky. And you have to use the suit, the Requiem suit if you've got it, and you have to use the fiber wire. But I haven't been able to go online and check to see if it got any thumbs up or anything, or if anybody played it, or if anybody beat my score on it, because I haven't been able to log into the servers until yesterday, so I guess I'll have to double check that. But I love the idea of contracts. It's just never as good as it should be. So I'm really curious to see what they do with it with this game, and I really hope it becomes something great, because if it does, and they release them weekly, and they all become really interesting and really fun, and there's a lot of people following them, I might cover the contracts as well. And those are going to be really tough, because as I mentioned, I was really struggling with the most recent contract that's now dead, defunct. And you can see here, folks, when I messed with the projector before they were both here, that the general just came outside and turned it back on, and it didn't trigger any of the stuff I needed. This is when I learned that you need them both to be watching it before you mess with it, and then you've just got to let him do his thing. The reason I'm crouching here is some of the guards can spot you, and if they do, when you flick this, they will become hostile and you might become hunted, which on this game is absolutely brutal. This is not one of those Hitmen where you can easily kill everything. You have to be really smart about it if that's what you're going to do. Is the general even here? What am I doing? Why did I do that?
Must be loose wiring. Well,
oh, this might actually work, because this guy's going to stick his arm in the machine, and hopefully the colonel's going to come and just walk straight outside.
Private?
But you see what I mean? The AI moves around the world before it gets told to go where it's supposed to go, and that's what he's going to do. So he's not even come here, stood there and looked at the board. He's going to go straight outside and kill this guy. See what I mean when I say it? Just sometimes it's weird. That was perfect for us, but that's not the way he's supposed to do that. Every so often though it gets pretty crazy.
Straight up shitty luck.
So there's the death by proxy. There's an achievement for setting him up basically. And that is all of the assassination challenges in the final test. I'm going to jump out of the window and try and drop out of the window again, and it doesn't work because there is no place to drop from, I don't think. No idea why I keep doing that. But it oh, that guy's suspicious, so it's time to move. Once again, if they do get suspicious and they see you, doesn't matter. You've still done the challenge. The whole point of this is to get the challenges done. You can kill everybody if you need to. I'm just straight to business, get it done, get the hell out of there. So thank you very much for watching, guys. And as always, you take care now.